So what do you get when you cross the heavy metal sounds of the late 70s and early 80s, but blend it very much with that tongue-in-cheek atmosphere that we have with a lot of metal bands today? Well, you would have Ghost, one of my personal favorite new metal bands that we have out there, and I have just been loving their latest release. So let's dive in. Yeah, and I can't pronounce it, so I'm getting a good person over here to help me out. Meliora. That's it. Meliora by Ghost. Meliora by Ghost. So Ghost is a Swedish metal band, and so when I've been thinking about Swedish metal, my mind kind of goes to, say, an Opeth kind of a scene where it's got that dark, guttural, very raw but very intense kind of a metal. But when we come to Ghost, there's a little bit more fun atmosphere there. It's not quite as intense, and it's not quite as, banging yourself over the head with the beats and the growls. Here there's a lot more fun and a lot more of that quirky atmosphere. So Meliora is the third full-length studio album from Ghost, and kind of the second one that I really got into. The first album of Ghost that was the one that I really got into, and I just devoured it, and I was listening to it for quite a while. It almost reminded me of like a Scooby-Doo mystery episode if the band met a metal band, and that was the music that would have been playing. And so coming into this album, that did not let me down, right up with Spirit. Opening up with that very like 1940s, 1950s horror soundtrack sound. I just loved it. I love that fun atmosphere that this band brings to the music. Just because you've got that fun atmosphere doesn't mean that they can't be heavy hitting and just metal in spirit as well. And I love that drive of the guitar that's really leading the song through. You've got that chugging of the guitar with a great blending of the drums, kind of bringing a little bit more flavor with it. But really the main point that I love here is the use of synthesizers. A lot of metal bands only use the synthesizer as kind of a, padding for a song, and it doesn't really have its own personality. But here, it's got that personality that you need. It almost has a Danny Elfman feel as well, which I can't help but love. And it just sets the stage so perfectly for what we're going to come into for the music. Coming into the next song of From the Pinnacle to the Pit, I love this song. I love how it starts off with that bass that's really like kind of setting the stage for that song. And I love that chorus as well. You know that these guys are having fun on this album, and you know that what they're doing with the music is something new, but also something kind of hakening back to the past as well. I mean, talking about that brutality of this band, up to this point, I have made it sound like Ghost is this happy-go-lucky fun times, but we come into the third song of Cerise, and I think that's how you pronounce it. This is where we've got that heavy hittingness. This almost sounds like the 90s metal with those big four, almost thrash, but not quite as intense. I'm listening to this, and this reminds me very much of, say, like a Metallica song, just with the use of the really heavy-hitting guitars and the really heavy-hitting drums going on there as well. That snare is being used very, very well. And so that coming into the song there, it just creates such a great atmosphere that really ushers us into a really great sounding song. And now the fourth song. I'm going to try to pronounce this, but I'm probably going to mispronounce it. Sokasnaut. Anyway, the fourth song, it's just this very lonely guitar, almost sounding like a musical box, and that creeps the hell out of me. This song is barely a minute long, and it gets under your skin. It's like seeing this macabre music box that's just slowly playing. I don't know, it sends shivers down my spine, but in a great way, in like that fun kind of, hiding under your blanket watching a scary movie kind of a thing. Which then leads us into He Is, and I like almost how worshipy this song is. I don't know if they're actually talking about Satan here or if they're talking about, some kind of a beast, but they're almost praising this and being like, He is everything that's all around us. Within the midst of this metal album, we're still able to kind of take a step back and provide a really interesting kind of a light song as well, without getting like melancholy or hair metal ballads or anything like that. It's still able to capture that dark essence that the rest of the album has had so far. He's the shining in the light without whom I cannot see. And next we have that Mummy Dust. And this is one of those heavy-hitting songs. This might be one of the more heavy-hitting songs with the chugging of the guitars. And I can just see the boys on stage, you know, their legs spread really far apart, head down, and just chugging away within this. And I love the chorus where he says, "Mummy dust." I don't know, there's something with the playing of the vocals there that just makes me smile. And the next song, of Majesty, is really interesting. I love that the synthesizers there of creating a really great organ sound. That was a lot of fun. And it gets right into Devil's Church, which just is the synthesized organ as well. Which brings us into Absolution. And Absolution has a great part, kind of near the third quarter of the song, with the keyboards in there. I really like that. I wish they had played a little bit more with that, but I do recognize they're not that kind of a band where they'll just flourish all the time with those kinds of notes. They'll plunk it in just for enough time to enjoy it, but then move on. Because at the end of the day, these guys are predominantly just a fun, heavy rock band. These guys are doing something new with the music atmosphere that we haven't really seen yet, and one that I applaud them for. And the album ends with almost a, I don't know, like a poppy heavy metal track. Like, this one is definitely a lot more optimistic. It's using a lot more major chords, but it is a great way to kind of end the album and kind of close the curtains there. So yeah, bringing this all to a close, I had a great time with this album. I would definitely have to say, if you can find this in physical form, do so. Pick it up because it is a great time. It's nothing that's going to, you know, challenge yourself, but it is a good time and one that I just have fun with. And that's about it from Ghost's latest release. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know what your thoughts are by commenting down below. And that's about it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.